So I like what you said about you don't know you can go elsewhere. And I want to stay on the music industry for a minute because that seems to be one of those industries where everybody seems to acquiesce to the industry standard, let's call it. So if it's unethical across the board, meaning I'm going to block you, I'm not going. I mean, I heard Irv Gotti say something that I thought was very interesting as it relates to 50 Cent, saying that, you know what? He said, yeah, I'm going to make sure, you can't go in there and do a deal or get a deal. You know what I mean?
Right,
Essentially,
right.
at all. And so I wanted to get your take on the ethical considerations that one must take when they're faced with those type of challenges. When the pendulum is on your side, so to speak. How do you handle those things in terms of creating a good atmosphere for yourself as it relates to your business dealings?
Yeah, I think it's based on who you think you are, right? All human behavior is contextual and conscious or subconscious, meaning that it's based on your consciousness, I should say. And so when we're talking about capitalism as the context in which we're having these conversations and doing these transactions or these deals, we have to remember that that is not the only descriptor of the people involved. So people are also saying that they're Christians, that they're Muslims, that they're Jews, that they're humanists. And so they're all using all these other descriptors to say that they have special relationships with God and so on and so forth. And they're bringing that into who they think they are. And so we can't separate those things because at the end of the day, if someone make comments about your business dealings, you're going to say, well, you're doing so because of who I am ethnically or nationally or because of my race. So those variables are always present in the deal. And so we have to say to ourselves, if I'm a good Christian, I can't just do a deal based on the capitalist principles, the profit motive alone. Alone. I have to also to bring into consideration that if I'm a good Muslim, the Quran has something to say about my business dealings. If I'm a good Jew, the Torah has something to say about my business deals. If I'm a good Christian, the Bible, the gospel has something to say about my business dealings. And those have to be brought to bear. We have to have those conversations. Look, every religion that I've ever studied, going back to the cornerstone of Western religion, whether they admit it or not, which is ancient Kemetic or Mahathian African principles, says basically that you will take care of those who are disadvantaged, those who are poor, those who are ignorant, those who know less than you do when dealing with them, that you're not exploiting them for your own profit motive, that to do so is evil. It's wrong. Many times when our brothers and sisters are getting to the point of getting their first music or record deal, they're coming from backgrounds that are poverty-stricken environments where they don't have access to resources. So think about someone who's coming from a poor environment, so-called ghetto or the hood, and they don't have any money. And you're promising them or offering them a $500,000 check at one time. Think about the kind of pressure that they are under to do exactly what you ask them to do. When at the very moment that you're waving $1 million in their face, they may have family members who who don't know where the next meal is coming from, who are facing eviction notices. This is the moral dimension of the deal. And so we have to challenge people, both in our communities and other communities, to deal fairly with our people, to do the right thing, to make sure that we uphold some moral code, some ethical code. Now, I know this is unpopular and it's not the common thing, but leaders, a part of being a leader is that you are actually um, aligning yourself with some ethical code, moral code, and you also encourage and require that other people also live by some moral or ethical code that don't take advantage of the least of these. And this is not this wasn't present in what I heard John Hope Bryant saying, or Jelly Roll.